Hello, I'm here. How is everyone? Hey, so this project I started last night. Here's where I'm at. I changed my paper on the table because the other one got pretty wet with the blending brushes because I soaked them good a couple times. Also, I was trying to clean them too. I thought I gotta clean them a couple of rounds to kind of get going. Doing the housekeeping tagging, so feel free to grab a drink, get settled, say hello if you want. We're doing a bit of crafting. How far we'll get, I don't know yet. Tonight is featuring the card I'm making from the Creativity Now stuff. And I actually really like this card, so I'm just going to rearrange my desk slightly here. There we go. Put the phone down. Alright, so the instructions I'm working with is these guys. So this is more or less the card, just changed up the papers. And these instructions have full explanations. So if you guys want a copy of this type of stuff, just give me a shout. I know, Elaine, I owe you a copy. I will get there. So here's what I have so far. Simple card base, 5.5 by 4.25 when it's folded, and then the 3 strips of paper. So they're 3.5 by 3/4. And you tear on this side and that side to get that torn look, which I actually really like. I wasn't big on it, but here we go. And then the stamp, I just used Hugs from one of the Paper Pumpkin kits. I forget which one. I think it was Inked Occasions, I believe. And then I used the dies that matched that kit and did these. Now these I did watercoloring with the ink, Mossy Meadow, which turned out a lot lighter actually, just pretty impressive. And then this is Fresh Freesia. So I ended up just doing it a couple of times to kind of have an extra couple pieces. And here we go. So next to the instructions, and I flushed out my ears tonight, so I'm hearing my own voice is interesting. So according to this version, they use a lot of blues. So it said in here, use a blending brush to add balmy blue ink to one of the pieces of paper of cardstock, white cardstock, and then cut out the sprig, which I swapped for this instead, because I think this will look really nice. Hello, Elaine. And then of course glue on. They say keep one of the negatives to use in the gift box. I am not. And then add the foliage to the card using multi-purpose liquid glue. And then tie a bow with linen thread and all that. So, they don't tell me the length of the bow. That's too bad. Alright, so then I gotta figure out where I'm going with this. I'm thinking of using dimensionals on some of it. I'm thinking of going like that. Oh, I actually like that a lot. That looks pretty. So I think we'll do that. So I gotta kind of figure this out. I'm gonna grab some of my dimensionals. I'm gonna grab some scissors, which I put away earlier, because I actually cleaned up a tiny bit in here. Only a tiny bit. So I'm just gonna get a couple pieces cut here. Now this is gonna be a combination of dimensionals and not dimensionals. So let's see. I just want to connect them like that. That way I can kind of work with how this is gonna go. So that side gets a dimensional, the rest gets adhesive. I'm gonna use my Seal Plus because it's my preference. There we go. So I'm modifying from the original, but that's all good. That's the fun of casing. And following instructions and changing it as I wish. So I'm just folding back some adhesive. Alright, now it's all stuck to me. Bring this in. And there we go. Then this one I think it's all dimensionals. I'm gonna need another piece here. There we go. And the doodles are all doodled out. We had a good walk tonight, so they're tired now. And I'm tired too. Yeah, I got these thrown everywhere. Apparently I can't put these on very well. Yeah, I'm a little blue tonight. Just got stuff in my mind. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's after 9:30. I gotta get on here, finish this card that I started. It's super cute. I really like it. I might actually use this for a class layout. Don't know when. I gotta figure out, what I've designed so far for July and decide, am I happy with those or not? But I figure, in the meantime, kind of sort of try out this concept. Whoops. Oh, I just stuck this right in the thing too. Damn it. Whoops a daisy. Alright, well, I got problems. Okay, well, this made for an interesting card. Alright, so there's that. And then this is going to go on with... Good question. I think I'm going to use the seal and hope it sticks. I certainly hope so. There we go. Oh, that is really, really pretty. And then it says to use some linen thread to make a bow. I'm tempted to do it, even though me and thread don't get along. So I'm just going to grab a length. I'll just go like 10 inches. I don't know. I don't have a specific size in mind. But at least it should be long enough for me to play with it. And Elaine, I'm sure you're going to cringe me watch me do my bows. I have not been practicing. I kind of have my own way of doing it, but I gotta remember how I do. I have to make it more complicated than it should be, Because I just kind of do what I've always known, which is this. I almost pulled the whole thing out. Ugh. Let me try to fix it a little. Not bad. It's a big bow, but I don't care. I like a big bow. Well, let me see if I can shorten it a bit. Okay, that's a lot shorter. And I'm probably wasting a bunch of thread, but I don't care. Alright, yeah, we're going to trim it a little. There we go. That way, it's something. That's a little more manageable. And then, trying to think of where to put it. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm just thinking there. Just somewhere different. So with that in mind, I'm going to need a glue dot to do the final. Glue dots, where are you? Just to change it up a little bit from the instructions. Alright, there we go. And look at that. I made a bow and everything. Now, we're not done. We need some bling, because the original concept has bling. So let's see what we got to work with in our bundle of goodies. I see something I like. I see some purple. And I've got these leftover pieces. I'm going to do something with it, but give me a moment. Let me make a cut here. So I've got some 3 colors that I'm going to use. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like this card. And it's really simple. I got a piece of hair on there too. Of course, I got hair everywhere. It's a simple card, but it's really... And I like using the 3 different embellishment pieces just to kind of really change it up. So it's really, really pretty. So, but we're not done. I got a little more in mind. So the inside's pretty bland. But because I have these pieces, I'm thinking of putting them on the inside. Just a little something to make it a little more special. Whoops, eh? And I think that'll look really good. As much as me, I'm disastrous with some of my tools, but I'm going to use this tonight. My Seal Plus. And there we go. Just a nice little inside interest. I don't normally do stuff on the inside, but I think I'm going to start because I'm getting a whole whack of paper soon. Alrighty, so there we go. That is the card. My first card from the Creativity Now casing from the instructions. Now the second card, I've only seen part of the video because this video I've seen already. Second one I haven't watched enough, so we'll get to it. But yeah, so if anybody wants the instructions to make a variation of this card, essentially take what's written here and modify any which way you want, and away we go. So that's that one. I really like this card. So then the next one is this. I know the picture don't do it justice, and of course my printer is a bit of a pain in the butt. Anyway, so this one is a lot more complicated. There's a lot of stuff happening in this card. The envelope I can make on my own, no problem. But the card itself, I'm going to have to watch the video more closely, understand the steps. There's an embossing folder, which I don't really have. But yeah, I'll have to really take a look at it and see what I can modify with what I have. But with that, I'm not doing that right now. Anyways, so I hope you love my little card. I love it. Alrighty. So, what else? And then, of course, just to kind of already tease out, we have another card here, Heartfelt Prayers, that they did up. And then, lastly, there's some sort of gift treat box in all this stuff, too. And the Creativity Now, the Adventure Being a Demo is, it actually lists all the measurements and all the supplies. So, if you're a demo, next year, you might want to check out Creativity Now. It is a cost. I do have to pay to sign up. It is what it is. But it's really nice. But in the meantime, Elaine passed on some beautiful paper. I think I'm going to have a peek at it before I go off for the night, in case something in here starts getting me going on a new idea. So let's have a peek-see here. I love shiny stuff, I really do. Okay, just trying to get my hands going here. Alright, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Love that. Oh, that's nice. Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas. I would hope. Such a popular crafty time of the year. Oh, that's pretty too. Ooh. So this could be Christmas. This could be other. It doesn't have to be a single theme. Lots of blues here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a second one here. Oh, that's cutesy. Alright, come on, my friend. Cutesy, cutesy. Oh, I love that shimmeriness. I've seen this one before. I like that one. I've used this one actually for something. And then, oh, that's cool. And then, oh, I love the little occasional different color. That's pretty cool. Oh, I like that. I like that. So there we go. We got some new papers to eventually play with. So I got lots of paper, guys. And more coming. But yes. Alrighty, so yeah, I'll have to come up with something good for the next card. Yeah. And then so I gotta also figure out my paper for the card class for next, it's almost next month. It practically is this month, when you think about it. And I gotta really come up with something good. Now that I have the designs more or less laid out, I'll quickly show you the layouts now. FYI, it doesn't mean these are going to look this way. It was just at the time, this is what came up. So we've got these three cuties. I actually made the matching envelopes. We saw this recently. I'm thinking of featuring these type of layouts for the class as counting these as like one kind of card, I'm thinking. That's what I'm leaning towards. And then the remaining ones are using the arches So this turned out quite pleasant. This is really fun as a possible layout. And then this one as another way of using the arch in a different way. And I like how that turned out. And Elaine, thank you for the bloom punch. This was like so awesome the other night when I was working on this card. So just something a little different. Obviously, it's not going to be these colors. It was just at the time, this is what I pulled, and it kind of went with this inspiration. I even have this. I want to turn into something else at some point. So I got to figure out what all this is going to mean. I don't know yet. But we got some great layouts. I just got to now come up with better colors, and I've got lots to choose from. So probably, ideally, as a word of advice, as a demo designing classes is, and I don't follow this very well, is try to stick with the same type of products. So because I'm kind of sticking mostly to the arches, that's a good thing. I did bring in the boho vibes, the sunshine vibes here, but that's okay. And then with the color families, if I use like one type of designer series paper or two, it helps put it all together and it all makes it kind of uniformly match in some way or another. So because right now we have 5 little cards total. Some of these match and some don't. So it's like, yeah, I gotta figure out my color scheme. Definitely not yellows and orange. It was just at the time, that's what I pulled and I rolled with it. So we will see. Anyway, with that, friends, I'm gonna go. But that's a sneak peek into possibly for next month. Usually my plan is I try to be decided and everything made up and cut by the middle of July. So by the 15th of every month when I'm actually designing the projects myself. Sometimes I use the card kits, which are fun too. So yeah, next 15, 16-ish days, I gotta work out what these are. Anyways, I'm jetting. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.